So we're rolling to Q4 2020. It's been a hell of a year. We've all seen a lot of things shift in the way sales and marketing's done, the way we're operating our businesses or whatnot. So, as 2020 comes, to an end, it's time for a lot of us to kind of rethink our branding, rethink how we're positioning ourselves, and really think across the sales and marketing funnels that we're using to see what's actually working and what's not. What I'm gonna do for you right now is kind of give you the top 5 things that you need to really go and look at and make sure that are super tight in order to optimize your sales and marketing funnels for 2021. The first thing you should really be looking at is your website. I always call this in terms of brick and mortar, this is your digital storefront. For a lot of us, this is the first thing people are going to see. This is how people, potential customers are going to kind of size you up to see if you're fit for the job or if you're, good enough to handle what they're looking to get serviced or the product they're looking to buy. Are you good enough? There's a lot of websites I look at, and from the outside looking in at a very first glance, you might think it looks good. It might be cute, or it might have a good picture of you on there, but does it actually move the buying decision forward? Does it actually tell an accurate story about who you are, what your brand does, the value it provides, etc.? When someone lands on your page, what are they seeing? Is there a headline or is there a mission statement that says what you do, what value, what service you provide? Header reels are super awesome because you can put a 30-second video header reel, 60-second video header reel that has a bunch of clips that really advertises and markets what you do to someone, right? And these are things that are above the fold, meaning before someone scrolls down past that point, they see a header reel that visually explains what you do. That could be video or photo, and it's got a line of text or two headers that tell you what you do, what product or service you provide. That's super clutch. Another thing that I talk to a lot of companies out there, and there's a ton of information on the site, right? You might have too much text. Condense that. You don't want to vomit text all over your audience because, if someone's never done business with you, by having all that text on there, what you're doing is asking them to stop what they're doing and read it all. And although that might be great and pertinent information, people's attention spans don't exist and they don't have time to read about something they don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean? So you need to be very short and concise in terms of getting that point across. So that's why I always say that header reel and that header text are super clutch. But then after that, making sure that you have, video content, photo content, very concise content that really explains what you do. Another thing is call to actions. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to be salesy and I don't want to ask people to buy and click a button. At the end of the day, you do need to move the buying decision forward. Are you trying to do business with your audience, your customers or not? And call to action buttons that are simple, book now or learn more or get in touch or watch now. These should be, as you scroll down every couple times, there should be one of these throughout the site. Because otherwise, what are you really doing? As someone scrolls down the page and they're ready to go, you gave them all this great information. What do I do now? Okay, how do I get in contact? Some people, they don't have a phone number, they don't have a contact or a call to action button, and it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to buy from you? You know what I mean? So again, header reels, header text, very short and succinct, video, photo content explains what you do, and most importantly, call to action buttons throughout your site. These are a few things that are going to really drive the buying decision forward. It's going to give you a great introduction to your brand for someone, and I'll compare it to this. If you're out there, say you're running Google search and all this stuff, and you're telling people, hey, check out my site, and it's not done. I compare it to having a grand opening for a new store or a new building, and you're getting all these people there, and then when you open the door, the shit ain't put together right. There's still 2x4s up, and it's not done. So you just wasted all that that advertising money to drive traffic to something that's not really set up correctly to convert traffic. So those are just a few short things as far as your website goes that you really want to take into consideration before going into 2021. And one more thing, make sure that your Facebook and Google pixels are on every page of your website. Super clutch. Google and Facebook pixels every page of your website. Super clutch, and that ties into your advertising, your Google ads, your paid ads that I'll talk about later in this video. The next thing is, foundational content. If you followed INDIRAP for the longest, this company was built on foundational content. Content that, and I'm talking about video content, this is content that explains, again, who you are, what you do, what you look like, are you trustworthy, who's done business with you, in a short 60 to 90 second window that creates transparency and gets people to trust you just like that, right? That moves the buying decision forward. It's like, there's two options. It's those websites that some people have that are 15 pages of text, 15 paragraphs of text and all this iconography that you basically add somebody to slow down what they're doing and slowly read through all this stuff. Or you can have a piece of video content that engages, educates, and entertains these people, drives the buying decision forward, builds trust and transparency with you, and gets them to buy or to reach out and call you or to get more information. Because if you're running a business, that's what you're really out here to do. We're not just out here to piddle paddle and make friends with people and put on a big show on our website. You want people to know who you are. You want people to reach out to you, right? You want to put your best face forward, right? There's absolutely no better way to do that than with video content, foundational content. And when I say foundational content, I'm talking about your About Us videos, your case study videos of clients that have done business with you, that love you, your brand cheerleaders, product videos if you're selling products, product videos that highlight what these products do, how they can help someone out, why they should buy, how easy it is and how simple it is to use this product. Service videos, if you're a service provider like us, showing someone what the process is like to work with you. If you're a broker, a seller side video or a buyer side video that explains to people what it's like to work with you as a seller and get their listing on the market and sold. If you're working with buyers, say you're a realtor or a loan originator, a lot of buyers have no idea, first-time home buyers, what is this process like? What the fuck is it? What am I doing? How do I buy a house or how do I do this? Imagine having a library of content stacked that they can go and learn, in 5 or 6 videos that explains what this is. A, you're educating them, and B, you're setting yourself up as the expert, because I can guarantee you that the majority of your competition out there does not have this content, right? So imagine someone going on your website, seeing who you are, amazing About Us video, and then they're saying, oh damn, I want to buy a house. Okay, cool. Wow, what's this? It's a resource that you have created for me to explain to me what this stuff is. And wow, you look awesome doing it. You seem to know what you're talking about. I kind of like you. I think I want to reach out to you and see if you can list you can help me buy a house. You know what I'm saying? It's like that client navigation. It's really, clients, it's a whole new psychology right now with buyers. Old school sales and cold calling techniques and all that shit's dead. You know what I mean? For the most part, buyers are just smarter now. You know what I mean? They want information. They want to see that you are worthy of having their business. You know what I'm saying? And, at the end of the day, all this foundational content, unlike us, it works 24/7. And there's no ums and ahs. There's no mistakes. This is, the perfect pitch every time. This is content that you can have recorded one time and have it work for you for years, right? I'm not talking about a print ad that runs in a magazine for a couple months and then that's it, it's over with. No, I have videos that we promote right now that we run I could turn on this video anytime and turn it into an ad. I can take this video and send it to a client at any point to get a deal closed. A real content library that works for you, that can be automated, that's the perfect pitch, that represents your brand the perfect way, that your entire organization, your entire staff, everybody can use to build your business. Foundational content, you have to have it. If you don't, you're playing yourself. We're past the whole situation, the whole like, do I need video, or oh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You could be the greatest business brand there is that has been around for 20, 30 years, right? In your area. You may have this great reputation and it's worked for these, the clients that know you already. If there's another company in your area that's doing these things, that has the foundational content, that has these, videos that are out there, who do you think when somebody's looking for a new service provider, your new customers, who do you think they're going to be attracted to? They're never going to find your site if it's not optimized correctly. And when they get to your site, if it's bored, they're going to click away. And they're going to go to a site that is optimized and that does have the cool videos and that does explain their value propositions the right way. So again, You can do what you want to do at the end of the day, but I'm telling you, when it comes to new buyers, when it comes to new customers, this is the way they're thinking. And you got to get with the times. You know what I mean? It's like, are you happy just taking this little bit of the pie? And if so, that's cool. Or do you want more? And if you want more, you got to have these tools in your tool belt to help get your business and help get your brand in front of more customers 24/7 on autopilot. How do I know this works? Because I do it for INDIRAP. I've done it for years. We do it every day. It works. It's content, and there's absolutely no better way of advertising and marketing right now and going into 2021. If you don't believe me, just go on your Instagram feed, go on your Facebook feed, and count how many videos pop up from your competitors, from other brands. And I guarantee you they're getting business from it. Get foundational content for your brand. Next up, I want to talk about social content. Now, a lot of people think about social content, they think it's this little, some people say, oh, it's social content. What do I need this for? It's for kids, or it's for Instagram or TikTok and all this shit. Wipe your brain of that mentality in terms of like that social's not for business. If you have it, some of you are already using it, and that's awesome, and I'm sure you can see the results from it, but let me just break down why, whether you're B2B or B2C, why social's so important. And I'm gonna start with that whole client psychology, customer psychology. How many of you, if you've heard of a brand or you check somebody out, you Google them first, and then you go to their social to see what they look like, what they sound like, right? How many of you have validated a buying decision based upon that social look? What they look like? Are they posting recently, or did they post something a year ago? Oh, they're not relevant. I'm not working with them. This shit looks corny, right? Social media is an extremely viable way to promote your business and build brand awareness and stay in front of your customers and stay relevant. It doesn't matter what business you're in. You know what I mean? I know there's Fortune 100, there's Fortune 500. I know some of the largest construction companies in the world that have some of the best social media feeds there are. I know some of the best orthodontists in the world that have some of the best social feeds there are. And because of this, their client base continues to grow and grow and grow and grow, right? It does not just stop at your website. You know what I'm saying? For some of you, they might even get to your website unless your social's there. So I say all that to say that making sure that you have marketing dedicated to consistently growing your social media accounts. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is. Making sure it's consistent, making sure that it's cohesive, and making sure that it speaks to your audience and delivers value. Don't make it all about you. What are your content buckets? Whether you have one content, two content, three content buckets. One of them may be to educate. One could be you just having fun. The other could be about your different services you provide. It depends on your business. But whether you do it or you have someone like INDIRAP Social Club do it, you definitely need to have a curated social feed that, again, it's going to help you build trust with your customers, whether that, with new customers. For your customers that you already have or existing customers, you're just staying in front of them, staying relevant. If you might release a new product, you might release a new service, you know what I mean? And you post that, and you could have a customer say, oh shit, I didn't know they did that. Let me reach out to my account manager or my sales rep and see if I can use that for my needs. I can't tell you how many calls I get, every week, every other week. Oh yeah, I've been following you on social for a while. We're finally ready to do some video. Can you help? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And it's because we're constantly posting content. No, we're not getting a million likes. No, we're not doing all that. But we are engaged with the people that buy from us, right? The people that are on the INDIRAP social media, the people that are on our client social media, they are buyers. They're not ghost followers, they're not fake followers. You want to be building social currency with actual buyers, right? You want to be building a following of people that can actually buy from you. Creating content for those people, not just putting out crappy content to put it out. No one cares. And when someone goes to your page that has never heard of you and there's just a bunch of random content, they don't really know what you do. It's not curated. It's like, what do these people do? Are they real? Is it, you know what I'm saying? So there's a science that goes into this stuff. You have to have your social media curated. It has to have what are you actually trying to do? What are your actual goals by posting 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a week? These are things that you need to think about. This is super important, and it is, again, you have your website, you have foundational content, you have social content. These are all drivers. These are all different buckets. You know, always compare it to Walmart. How many shelves can you put your product on in Walmart? This is another shelf. You know what I mean? As a brand, as a business owner, I'm putting that INDIRAP product on as many shelves as you can potentially put it on, right? Because every one of those shelves offers up another opportunity to grow my business, to gain new customers, to get new clients. So do not leave social media out of that list in terms of like your rebrand for 2021 or making sure your brand is locked and loaded to go into 2021 strong. Social media is key to growing your business. Next up on the list, paid ads and search. Why paid ads and search is because these are things that are going to get you in front of cold traffic. People that don't know who you are, what you do. Social media, for the most part, like, people are going to find you on those platforms because they've heard about you. They're kind of digging, like, who is this person? What do they do? Paid ads and search get your brand in front of people that have no idea who you are or what you do. But they work because the platforms you're paying, Google, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, know that they want your product or service, right? How does this work? It's because the back end of Facebook and Google, at the end of the day, these platforms know everything about everyone on planet Earth. They have so much information, whether that be, what you're interested in, where you go, where you travel, how much money you make, what's your favorite magazine, what's your favorite website to visit. As a business or a brand, there's so much powerful information on the back ends of these platforms that let you target the ideal customer down to like a needle in a haystack. You know what I mean? It's not like it used to be back in the day where it's like, okay, I want to run a commercial at 6:30 in primetime TV, 7 o'clock, and I want to run it in between Cops and Wheel of Fortune, right? You kind of knew who that demographic of person was, but you didn't really know exactly who they are. The back ends of these platforms are so powerful right now that for you not to use them as a business, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? The data, the information is so powerful. And with that being said, with this information, you can craft ads, you can craft copy, you can craft headlines to target these specific buyers with specific messaging that it's exactly what they want to hear. You know what I mean? You've all been on Facebook and Instagram and you see like, damn, that ad, I really wanted that. How did they know I wanted that? You can do the same thing for your business. It's not like the whole, they're listening to you. So what if they're listening to you? Maybe they are. Welcome to 2020. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, there's just so much data out there that the businesses are marketing you what you want. You're not getting marketed to a bunch of garbage. You're getting the things that are most relevant to you as a buyer that fit your customer profile. So as a business, you can segment your list. You can segment the different types of products and the specific people that want these products and build ads around those specific things. If you really want to go after a specific market segment, there's no better way to do it than with paid ads and search. Again, you got your websites tight, you got your foundational content, making you have content libraries, making sure you have social content. Paid ads and search, this is just another bucket for you to advertise and market your business through to get cold traffic, get your brand in front of cold traffic. It's super clutch. You have to have it. If not, you're just kind of relying upon, your referral sources or your warm traffic or people that already kind of know you. That's cool, but that's a very small segment of the population in terms of who really needs your product or service. You got to have that cold traffic. It's pretty much like, this is the warm traffic. These are the people that know me, but I'm going to cast this net. I'm going to throw it out here to this part of the population that they don't know who I am, but I know that they want what I'm selling. So, boom. You get that cold traffic in front of you. You have the right value proposition. You have a perfect product that you've spent so much time creating. And guess what happens? You're putting more eyes on your brand, which gives you more opportunity to close more business, grow your business, and add more to the bottom line. More revenue, more sales, more conversions, more revenue. That's what we all want as business owners. That's what we want as brands at the end of the day. Sales is oxygen for our businesses. And paid ads, Google search, Google cost per click, YouTube pre-roll, Instagram ads, Facebook. These are all things that pump oxygen into our marketing funnels that bring more revenue to our bottom line. So if you want to maximize the amount of customers that your brand gets in front of, make sure you have an optimized, strategic, and rock solid paid ad and Google search campaign going into 2021. Don't forget about email marketing. If you're not using your email list, you need to use it. If you don't have one, you need to start building one. Why is email so important? It's because it's really the only platform that you have 100% control of, right? Imagine if TikTok or Facebook or Instagram went away today. If you still have that email list, you can continuously and effectively market to your existing and potential new customers at the drop of a hat. And it's also a good way for you to, all the content that you're consistently creating. If you have a rock solid content marketing strategy, your videos, your photos, new product launches, all this stuff. This is where you can kind of curate all that and wrap it up nice, put a bow on it. I'm talking about your foundational content, your social content, any new product or service launches. You kind of make that look nice, and at the click of a button, send that out to your entire database of clients and drive business. I know for a fact that every time we send an email out, it's the highest converting marketing source for us, right? Because these are people that know who we are, and again, you got to make sure that your list is clean, your list is scrubbed, or else you're sending out a bunch of garbage. But make sure if you have a clean list and you're sending value add content to your audience, that's another mistake that a lot of people make. You don't just send an email out asking people to buy every time, right? Send out educational videos, send out value add content, send out client testimonials for people that have used your product or service in the past and have had great experiences, right? These are things that are going to help you move the buying decision forward over time for each customer. People don't necessarily buy the first time they hear you, but they might see that second or third email, and it might come at the right time to where it's like, okay, now I need this. You've built all this trust and built transparency with these people with your social content, with your videos, with the photos in your email. And by the time, and guess who's top of mind when they're ready to buy? You are. You know what I'm saying? So for some people it's blasting once a week. For some people it's once a month. Some people a little longer than that, depending upon what industry you're in, what your product or service looks like, how many new, products or services you're coming out with. But email is very effective. It has a very high conversion rate when done properly. Again, it's all about adding value. And eventually those people will convert to customers. That's a fact. You don't lead with the sale all the time. Don't lead with just a sale or, hey, I'm looking to do this. Just give away something for free. Think of the content you're putting in your emails. Are you just giving away great content for free? Is it just value? Because if you are, that's the stuff that's going to work. It's not trying to sell something every time. Buyers are smarter. Going into 2021, you have to understand your customer. You have to understand that there's a ton of other companies out here marketing to them. The majority of them are doing it wrong because they're marketing the way that shit was done for the past 10 to 20 years. And that just doesn't work anymore. It's a new buyer, it's a new customer, and your branding, your messaging, your value propositions, they have to be repackaged and delivered in a way that they want to listen to them and watch them, right? It needs to be visual. It needs to be engaging. It needs to be entertaining. It shouldn't be all about you. It needs to be all about them, the customer. That's what converts, that's what sells. And with that being said, make sure that your email marketing strategy is a top priority going into 2021. So there you have it. That's my top 5 for 2021. When it comes to sales, marketing, these are the buckets that you need to really analyze. Take a step back, look at your brand face. What kind of message are you putting out there? What are the value propositions you're putting out there? Make sure that is cohesive across all 5 of these. Right? Make sure that these things are speaking to each other. It shouldn't be 5 different islands. All these things should be speaking to each other and working in unison to drive your brand forward and to drive business for you. Having these things working and working properly for your business and not as like night and day. And from a revenue perspective, with and without is like night and day as well. As a business, you want to be capturing market share. You want to be getting in front of as many new customers as possible. And that's what these things do. Your website, your social, your foundational content, your paid, your email marketing. These things are huge. These just aren't little things that, I might do. No, I'm talking about this could be the difference between getting 1 to 2 to 5 to 10 new leads a day or a week or not. It's like, are you gonna do it, or are you gonna let your competition do it? Your competition that's trash, that is trash and that shouldn't be getting business because you're better than them, right? But they're just getting it because they're using these 5, marketing buckets and you're not. You know what I mean? It's time to get off the sidelines. It's time to stop saying like, oh, this stuff doesn't work, or oh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've been in business 50 years, 60 years, 30 years, 10 years. Well, that's cool and all, but you may not be in business for another 10 years if you don't adapt. These are probably the best marketing and advertising tools that we've ever had in history. Video content, social content, email. It's just, everything's at our fingertips. It's easy now. Like I said, it's the perfect pitch every time. Your entire organization can use these things. It just works. There's no question. If you want to question it, just go see what your competition's doing. They're using it and they're winning. So I want you to win. I want us to win. So again, these are the top 5. If you got questions, feel free to reach out. You can email me directly at julian@indirap.com. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, let's crush it in 2021.
Welcome to INDIRAP.